Hello there. Welcome back. I am picturing to this song, I picture the...
Falling leaves?
No, it's just a breeze on the Japanese maple.
Oh, okay.
You know the tree I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the sky in the background has like a pinkish hue.
Almost dreamlike.
That's right.
Yeah.
And blades of grass. There might be blades of grass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Some wind.
Well, it has to be wind because
Nice
it was
breeze. Some water. River. Small. Just words.
whatever you need,
Yeah.
whatever you're looking for.
Very calming though.
Maybe it's hot sauce actually. You notice I've got the medium hot sauce here. It's not. Well, I guess it's not really a hot sauce when it's medium. It's kind of a sauce.
Which one is it?
It's the Nando's medium, which is vinegar, water, onion, salt, lemon, sunflower seed oil, spices, African bird's eye chili. They even sent the chocolate as well, which has the chili in it. You might want to take a crack. I don't know. You might want to take a crack at it.
Spicy?
Just enough.
Okay.
Not overwhelming, just enough.
All right.
So what are our friends at Apple up to? Well, they're reportedly skipping faster RAM for the iPhone 15 LPDDR5X coming to iPhone 16 instead. I see. Another Apple fear story, I say. They're removing a feature before they even had it.
Right.
A rumored feature. They said, okay, you're going to get super fast RAM on the next phone. And they're like, no, it's not the next phone. You got that wrong. It's the next phone. iPhone 16 destined for release in 2024 will feature faster RAM, while the upcoming iPhone 15 will see no change in its type of memory. Oh, it's my favorite leaker, Shrimp Apple Pro.
Oh.
You know I love the shrimp stuff as well.
Tasty.
Well, I was having the Thai food the other day, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had the pineapple rice type thing. Did it have pineapple in it? It definitely had shrimp in it. All right. I had a couple spring rolls over there. What's the official spring roll? What's the authentic spring roll? What does it have in it, the authentic spring roll?
Well, I think there's shrimp. Right?
Yeah, there's going to be some shrimp.
The vegetarian one's the egg roll, right?
Yeah. Oh, with the sprouts.
Yeah. And then there's a fresh roll.
In a tweet, I get the fresh roll as well. I got that too.
Delicious.
Don't even worry, dude. I got that as well.
Okay, you got it.
In a tweet seen by Mac Rumor, as the leaker says, the A18 Bionic will be based on TSMC's 3nm process. Like this year's A17 Bionic, a feature LPDDR5X memory. Currently, the iPhone 14 Pro features that LPDDR5. And the 15 Pro later this year will feature the same stuff. No upgrade in that department. The iPhone 15 could come with 8 gigs of RAM instead of the 6 currently offered. So they could give you more of the same RAM. And then sometime later on, maybe 2024, you're going to get the new stuff, which maybe gives you better battery life. But who knows? Because these things, they've been pretty good on the battery side for the last couple generations. But maybe Apple wants to make it thinner because now you don't need such a big battery. I don't know. However, they've been super efficient with RAM usage as well, prioritization and so on and so forth. So where they can get away with a smaller overall amount of RAM compared to other manufacturers, where you see those big numbers coming up, 16 and so forth.
But we shouldn't wait for the iPhone 16, right?
No, I'm waiting for the 17.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the 17 actually.
Okay. Well, the 15 is...
I need that LPDDR12X Pro
Ultra.
Mega. A price shock as well for the iPhone 15. Willie Doo's like way ahead. He's in time machine mode. He's back to the future. iPhone 15 range leaks have revealed a number of potentially tantalizing upgrades. Oh, who wrote this article? Is this our pal? Gordon Kelly. You see, I knew when I saw the word tantalizing, I was like,
He's the type of guy that you would use.
I just, there's certain words, and tantalizing being one of them. Potentially tantalizing upgrades coupled with jaw-dropping price increases. But now,
Gordon.
a new report claims Apple may slash prices. In a blog post, historically reliable industry insider Yucks 1122. I haven't heard of this reliable industry insider before, but
Sure.
I'm fairly certain that Gordon knows what he's talking about. Apple's internal analysis of underwhelming iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Plus sales, which we talked about on this show previously, concluded that their decline is far beyond the range predicted, even allowing for ongoing component shortages caused by the pandemic. And as a result, Apple will aggressively price its successors. You know what? This makes perfect sense to me. Well, you got to create a bigger gap. You want to have the Pro, you want to have the non-Pro. They can't be so close price-wise. You got to drop that baby. Well, the biggest problem is the price. The insider reports this makes sense. The $899 iPhone 14 Plus costs just $100 less than the 14 Pro. Inferior display, chipset, camera, and older design. So then what do buyers do? They just go for the Pro. And you're going to need to be at least, what, 2 bills less? At least, I would say. Maybe 3 would be even better. I'm not saying they're going to do that. This insider seems to say Apple has explored several options to counter this, including reducing the difference in the price between the 15 standard and Pro models. Aggressive pricing on the standard. A good idea. You're going to have to do it. I don't know what features are going to remove, how they're going to differentiate, but you got to, it's too much for the standard model.
Yeah.
Today's sponsor, Stitch Fix. Discovering your style. Or styles you love just got easier. Let me tell you why. Because you're not having to bounce around and jump through hoops and jump some ropes. You're not having to do that to figure out what you even like. Because let me tell you something. That's just some old school approach. You're out there trying things on and feeling weird, and it's hot in those places.
Kind of stinky as well.
That stuff gets me. I mean, I'll tell you what, I always get hot in there.
Yes.
And so how about you just do it at home, do it on your own time, do it when it's convenient, and then do it with some insight and some help from actual stylists that are going to help you put together a look using a bunch of recognizable brands, 1,000+ brands actually. Giant list of them here, from Nike to Levi's, North Face, Adidas, Vans, whatever. I mean, it's a ton, and it's going to be mix and match, and so it's going to look like an actual thought out look. A lot of people are upgrading their wardrobes right now. A lot of people might be in a colder climate. You have to have some items that go with that. Maybe you even want one of these flannels over here. You can start out with a tiny little quiz where you give some insight into your style. Then items, they arrive. You get to try them on your own time. And anything you don't like, you send it back. You only pay for what you keep, and you hone in. And you work together and you hone in, and all of a sudden, your look goes through the roof.
Shopping for yourself can feel like a chore. It's hard to find things that you like and fit in one trip to the mall. Stitch Fix has changed the game, because now you can get brands and styles you know fit you well and make you look good from the comfort of your own home. No stress. All you have to do is answer a few questions about where you typically get your clothes, what you like to wear, and your price range. Right now, Stitch Fix is offering our listeners $20 off their first fix at stitchfix.com/LouLater. That's stitchfix.com/LouLater for $20 off today. stitchfix.com/LouLater.
We're also sponsored by ZocDoc. Find your local specialist, your local doctor, primary care dentist, OBGYN, dermatologist, psychiatrist even. You do it in a modern way, which comes with reviews. You do it in a modern way, which shows you which appointments are available. It shows you what other people are saying, whether they recommend. You can actually read a review as if you were on some sort of shopping site, but instead you're looking for a physician. You can see what the typical wait times look like, and then very importantly, you can type in your insurance and make sure beforehand that it's going to be accepted. And all of this exists in order to provide you an experience with less friction. So you're actually compelled to do it. So you're not sitting around saying, oh, it's too much of a hassle, I'll get to it later, and guess what? Then it's too late! I'm sick of it. So do the right thing and get yourself connected to doctors and specialists to help you out, so you can relieve that friction and actually get checked out. ZocDoc.
Thousands of medical professionals on ZocDoc are here to help you. They listen like a friend and give you the expert care you need. Finding the doctor that's right for you is seamless. The quality care you need is just a few taps away in the ZocDoc app. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient reviewed, take your insurance and are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun. Go to ZocDoc.com/LouLater and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then, find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/LouLater. ZocDoc.com/LouLater.
Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney teases Fortnite returning to iOS in 2023. Ever heard of this game, Fortnite, Will?
Never heard of it.
Legal battle is continuing. We talked about alternate app stores, the EU. Talk about the EU. Because they were like, you got to have the charger. And they're like, what about alternate app stores? And Apple's like, what are you talking about? Stop messing with us. We got a good thing going on. We're running the shopping mall. They're paying us the rent. We're cleaning the bathrooms.
Business.
Yeah. Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney teased that return in 2023, nearly 3 years after the game was removed from the... It's been
3 years,
It's been 3 years. For violating platform rules, marking the start of a contentious and high-profile legal battle. In a tweet to celebrate the new year, Sweeney said, next year on iOS, followed by an image of a Fortnite character looking up at fireworks that spell out 2023. Apple is reportedly planning to allow side-loading in alternative app stores with iOS 17 next year in order to comply with the newly passed DMA law in Europe. Under the law and its implementations, Epic Games could, in theory, bring Fortnite back to iOS, just not through the App Store. Well, they don't care if it's through the App Store. That's what Epic wants. So Epic is loving what's going on in Europe, and probably Tim is taking this as a win. I would think. I would suggest that this is what Tim wanted all along. I'm not talking about Cook. I'm talking Sweeney.
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy that it was 3 years ago. Goes to show you how long the whole Fortnite thing's been going on, because it's been off the App Store for 3 years. So how long was it on before it went off? The Fortnite thing's been going on. This is kind of huge, actually. This whole side-loading story. It's kind of a big deal. It'll start in Europe. It'll probably go elsewhere, and then it's going to completely change how you interact. It has the potential to completely change how you interact with apps and your iPhone.
And cheaper, I guess.
You said it.
Yeah.
It's a possibility.
I said it.
Competition. Tesla prepares launch of a cheaper. By the way, just real quick, some will argue the consequence being possible security issues. I'm just putting that out. That's what they want. That's what they want. They say we're running the mall, we pay the security, we clean the bathrooms. Now you're going and side loading? Oh, you're going to side load. Tesla prepares launch of a cheaper Model Y electric SUV. So same one, but cheaper, not some new like Model 1 or whatever for the Chinese market or for the more budget or something like this. Tesla's apparently preparing to launch a cheaper version of the Model Y instead. Well, the Model Y is so popular.
It's so popular.
In 2022, Tesla's vehicle lineup remained primarily unchanged in North America. It's expected to shake it up a bit in 2023, especially with the new federal tax credit for electric vehicles, potentially incentivizing some changes. Outside North America, Tesla sells a cheaper rear-wheel drive and shorter range version of the Model Y, which is an extremely popular option, but the automaker has refused to introduce it for the North American market. Why is that? Well, they briefly offered it, but then they removed it in the configurator, and Elon said he didn't like the shorter range. I don't like the shorter range.
That's Elon. Bleh.
Yeah, you got to get, because it's the higher margin stuff, right? You got to get the higher margin sales out there first. This is why they made you wait so long, allegedly. They said, what do you got? You get a four-wheel drive? And you're like, no, it's a two.
Standard.
Yeah, it's a standard. And they said, what
FSD? No.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
6 months.
See you later, bud. Yeah. You'll get it when you get it. And you're like, let me order a Bronco. And let me actually still tell the entire world I like the Tesla better.
Yeah.
Let me do that.
Unfortunately, that didn't even change the speed of it.
No, not whatsoever. Well, you could have said it. You could have said, when you put in the order, you said, by the way, I'm Willie Do, XYZ.
I don't think that would do it.
You could have done it. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying. But who knows? They could have been pissed off when they saw your Bronco talk, and they're like, "Hey, man,
extend another 10 months."
Hey, man. Okay, so the version of the Model Y has never appeared in Tesla's Model Y configurator, as it's only offered to Tesla employees or as a direct offer to some customers who had ordered the Model Y. Interesting. The new Model Y is listed at $61,990, which is also the price that Tesla used to offer the Model Y for with the 4680 cells. Also listed as dual motor all-wheel drive version. For now, the vehicle is only in the source code of the configurator and can't be selected by buyers. So a cheaper Model Y, yes, cheap. What do we say? Cheaper iPhone, cheaper Teslas, global economic downturn, stock market crash, crypto crash. Give me cheaper prices. Okay. Tesla confirms 285,000 people bought full self-driving. That's a lot. Quite a few.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people out there with the hands near the steering wheel and not on it. And even some of us with steering yokes.
Right.
Not 1 million, but more than a lot of people thought. The full self-driving package has evolved over the years, with some features coming in and out of the package. For the most part, it consists of a promise to eventually deliver a fully self-driving system through over-the-air updates. What are they calling it? Beta still? I think so. I think they're still calling it beta. I signed up. I did all the disclaimers and everything else. I had been signed up for the beta for a long time, but then it rolled out to absolutely everyone. So then I was driving around with it. Tesla has never shared the take rate of its FSD package, with the price varying from a few $1,000s a few years ago to now $15,000. That has changed quite a bit. I know Elon on Twitter went on and said it should cost $100,000. That's the value we think you're going to get out of it. $100,000 just for FSD. He was trying to tell you it's a deal if you get it right now, Will.
Yeah.
Depending how long you're going to hang on to your thing for.
But it's still so expensive.
Well, there's also
$20K.
There's also the subscription. No, isn't it 50?
Canadian.
Is it 20 Canadian right now?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's even more than when I got it.
Yeah. It keeps rising.
Keeps going up, man. Oh, that's got to be the most expensive software unlockable feature of all time.
Yeah, no kidding, eh?
Other than like super specialized software for measuring the rate of extraction of oil from some offshore operation. Like that software, they're like, you need to unlock this feature so you can earn more. And then all of a sudden it's like, that's going to be 20 grand. But otherwise, for the general public, for the consumer, to have a software unlockable feature at 20K Canadian, which you just told me, that's big time stuff. Tesla's never shared the take rate, as mentioned, but the automaker has now released its first important piece of information about the popularity. They say 285,000 people, which is a lot. That is a big sample size when it comes to an experiment. To have that many takers driving around now, I mean, the place hasn't blown up yet.
It's quite a lot of money as well.
Yeah, this is one thing that's not going to get any cheaper. We were just talking about cheaper iPhones, cheaper Teslas. FSD, he keeps saying, is going up. And you're going to want it. Razer expands to 16 and 18-inch Blade laptop models. Razer fashions its Blade into two new sizes with the latest Intel processors and NVIDIA RTX 40 series GPUs inside. Previously, what did you max out? 17-inch Blade.
17, yeah.
And a 15 point whatever. So 16 and 18. 18 is that's a big boy laptop. Now, is it 18 or is it 17.4 or 17.7?
Well, they would call it 18, right?
Well, you never know with these things. Razer announced Blade 16 and 18 at CES 2023. Is CES 2023 underway?
It's happening, dude.
Damn. Two new sizes that will stock the latest from Intel and NVIDIA. Other companies have gone with similar announcements. Alienware, 16 and 18. Interesting. Acer, 16 and 18. Well, you know, some new parts became available from the suppliers. They say, we got the 18-inch display. You want it? And then all the builders come in and they say, yeah, of course we want it. The competitors got it. We're going to need it. There's not a lot of other details, apparently. But
I just wonder if other manufacturers would go for an 18-inch laptop as well.
Well, as you see right there, you got Alienware, Acer, and Razer.
Oh.
And I presume you're going to see the others follow suit, because once one guy's got the 18.
Okay, what about a 19-inch?
Everybody goes, well, that's the thing.
It's
you're trying to find a sweet spot, right? It gets kind of out of control once you get to those mega things that really aren't laptops. So I don't know what the sweet spot is for a gaming laptop, but it's probably somewhere between 16 and 18.
What about 19?
Okay, well, Willie Do wants 19.
Yeah,
so
let's go for 19.
step your
Come
game
on.
up, Razer.
Yeah.
Samsung Display's latest foldable concept can both slide and fold. Why's it got to be just a concept? I'm all for the folding, the sliding, the rolling. I'm for all these things.
But
so this
people
must
also break things. It's got to be a concept for now.
that's fine. That's part of the gig.
okay.
Yeah, you want to be on the fringe, you got to be willing to break.
All right.
You understand that, Will?
Yeah.
The bleeding edge. Samsung Display's Flex Hybrid is a new prototype device with a display that's both foldable and slidable. The left side of the concept smart mobile device can be unfolded to reveal the display, while the right side can then slide outwards for even more screen real estate being shown off. Guess where? At CES 2023 in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah.
Alongside a new 17-inch slidable. Whoa. It's cool. You know what, man? Show it off. I went to CES for years and years, and you search for things like this that are just different, where they're showcasing some type of imagination. Like maybe we can roll, maybe we can spin, maybe we can flip, maybe we can fold. Prototype builds upon concept devices that Samsung has been showing off for years, and like whether or not these things come into production,
It's just cool to see.
it might not be exactly the way you're looking at it,
Yeah.
but then there's a trickle down situation where you might see certain elements developed here that land in eventual products. The Flex Slidable Solo can expand in one direction, while the Flex Slidable Duet can expand in two ways, going from 13 inches to 17.3.
That's cool. That's science fiction.
You know what? If I was in Vegas right now, I'd be going over there
Yeah.
to take a look at what's going on, because I'm sliding, I'm folding, I'm rolling, I'm
don't
flipping.
break it.
I'm not breaking.
Okay.
Samsung gives 5K studio display competition and includes a 4K webcam. Unlike Apple, Samsung just did what Apple couldn't.
That's the title.
You like that, Will, how
Yeah.
I'm helping you out, right? You didn't even get to the titles yet, and I'm just giving you the titles.
Sure.
I just like to make your life easier like that. Otherwise, you might turn that axe on me that you got over. You just got a little
appreciate it.
axe on
It's
the
ready to go.
sidelines. It's very
Sharpened.
It's a little bit threatening. Me, I just got some delicious sauce.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand, are brandishing weapons.
Yeah. Get ready.
This is lovely. So we got a 4K webcam. What's the resolution of the display? It's called Viewfinity S9. New lineup of monitors. Two of the most exciting models for Mac users include the company's first 5K monitor with a slick design, kind of like Apple Studio Display. 27-inch version of the Smart Monitor M8. We've looked at those monitors on the show. Very versatile monitors. Webcams, magnets, all kinds of things that are exciting. So this is a 27-inch 5K panel, 5120 by 2880, 99% DCI-P3, built-in color calibration, USB-C, and Thunderbolt 4 connectivity. You have a matte display finish, a built-in 4K webcam, and Samsung Smart Hub. You've also got a new M8 27-inch monitor. I've looked at the 32. We have it over there. These are stylish monitors with smart TV functions built in, kind of one display that you can have in your apartment or something. It can be your smart TV and your monitor. USB-C with up to 65 watts of charging. This one is 4K, 16 by 9, 60 hertz refresh. So yeah, it's not as fancy or exciting as the other one, but it's versatile and cheaper. It doubles as a smart TV with Apple TV Plus built in and AirPlay 2, and it'll be around $699. Obviously, the 5K, that fancy 5K model with the 4K webcam, gonna cost you a few bucks more, but I like seeing options here. Apple charges a boatload for their displays. And the global economic downturn. Don't get me started. Don't get me going again. It's been a topic. Oh, we have a visitor. You're going to have to do it fast. Come on, come in and say hello. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mo, and he's trying to get my attention. Plus, he's got a certain outfit going on. I don't know if he's cold or what. He's got a furry jacket. Maybe he's cold. It's not that cold in here.
Nice jacket.
Okay, so yes, go ahead. Real quick, go ahead. What's your message?
All we see is your chin.
Do you guys want coffee?
I'm good, thanks.
All right.
This one's cold, actually. So, yeah, I'll have a small. It'll be a dark roast. Thank you very much. You know what? Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Mo. That's unbelievable. This is unbelievable stuff.
All right, last one.
We're live here, and things happen, and coffee gets ordered, and you never know what's going to happen. LG's new phone camera module could do away with the camera bump. They're like, we're not making smartphones anymore, but we're going to continue to improve your smartphone by focusing on components and then selling them to other smartphone makers so they can deal with the whole smartphone business and the marketing and everything else, because it's very complicated and also very competitive. Phones have gotten thinner over the years, but camera optics are an immutable product of physics. You need room for the lenses, and that means most phones have prominent camera bumps on the back. LG might have a way to eliminate that. LG Innotek has created a new camera module with a 4 to 9 times optical zoom and a thinner profile. It won't show up in LG phones for the reasons that I've already mentioned. However, they could go down the street. They could go across the street and say, hey, Mr. Samsung, what's going on?
Mr. Samsung.
You know what I'm talking about over there. What's the area called over there? Gangnam. They go over there. They go for lunch.
Gangnam?
Yeah.
Okay, is that where it is?
What are you talking about, man? South Korea. What's the problem?
Okay, yeah.
Why are you getting all bothered over there?
I'm just not too sure of my geography.
They go for lunch over there, and then they say, hey, listen, we're not making phones anymore, so we're not really competing there, but we got this sick module. Samsung sits across the table. They share a meal. They say, well, we'll take 2 million modules. Next thing you know, it pops up in whatever version, S27, and we have no more bumps on the back, and we have 9 times optical. You're happy about that?
Very happy.
Anyways, pretty cool. Traditional cameras often include the ability to adjust optical zoom levels, but it's rare in smartphones. Well, we know this. We've seen they've had to do all types of mirrors and periscope style situations, but they still poke out. That's for certain. Look at this is the
Pixel.
The Pixel, which is more like a visor compared to some of the other. I don't know if I'd call it a bump or a hump. I mean, you could call it whatever you please, but LG Innotek has partnered with Qualcomm on this project. Chipmaker isn't helping with the hardware, but is going to ensure that the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 is optimized for this adjustable zoom module. Well, that's good because obviously you got the Snapdragon stuff in all these different smartphones. It's good to know that they're on board, so everything works as it should. Who knows? Maybe your next smartphone has an LG module in it, even though LG is not making the smartphone. This is this wonderful behavior, as I've mentioned in the past. Cooperation makes it happen. Cooperation, working together. Thank you very much for everybody for joining us here today. Thank you very much to Will for putting it together on the ones and twos as he usually does. Thank you very much for the sauce that's standing over here, sitting over here, and thank you very much to Will's desk weapon, which kept me in line, on track, and flying. We're flying, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it up. Keep it up. See you on the next one. Later.